Hello friends, welcome back to my channel. Now if you're new to this channel, here I'd like to share my personal growth experiences inspired by getting through depression and reconnecting with myself. So I'm going to share with you life lessons, daily lessons, whatever I want to call it. But it's just for us to heal and grow together and improve certain things. It's not like we're not enough. We are enough. Maybe there are certain things you don't know. Emotional mastery, yeah, productivity, maybe for school, for work, whatever it is. It's just that we are able to build healthy relationship around us. Now for today's video, I already written down what I want to share. Yeah. I broke it down to five things you can do to handle when you're feeling triggered or when you're dealing with self-doubt. Now, these are practices I've been doing. I'm even sharing this now because I also experienced a little bit of it last week. Felt that this same time last week, I was going for a walk Monday because I was dealing with an overwhelming level of self doubt. See, I've done so much work to make my insides healthy, and that day it was overwhelming because I started to ask myself, who even like my the inside my thoughts started to ask me, who even knows what you're sharing? Like there's so many, it was so overwhelming. I'm like, nah, I can't take this. I have to work. So if you're somebody that regularly deals with self doubt or feeling triggered, this video is for you. Now, if you're a pessimistic person, yeah, maybe there are certain things that I might not mention in this video that may help. Yeah. Or I don't know if I should add this to. Maybe I'll do a different video of how I changed from being a pessimistic person to somebody, I wouldn't even say like a positive person or optimistic person, just somebody that is being open to life happening. But this one is for triggers and self doubt. So on my list is listed here. So on my list, the first one, anytime you feel self doubt or you're feeling triggered or the challenge of dealing with those, I'll say that you shouldn't run away. First is don't run. You have to sit through the uncomfortable bullshit. Cause it's bullshit. Anyway, you have to sit through it. And sitting through it is like you not trying to block it out. You trying to feel your feelings in that moment. Feel your feelings in that moment. And the second one is don't think you are above like feeling triggered or feeling self-doubt. This is when people go to the I shouldn't be feeling this way. Like me now, let's say that during that time I was experiencing self-doubt, I start shouldn't be feeling this way by now. You're not above it because we are all growing, are all learning, we're trying to improve, we're trying to get to certain places maybe in our career as content creators, with work, with business, whatever it is. Don't think you're above feeling, doubting yourself. Then maybe it's just that because we're humans, sometimes we can fall into the trap of always comparing ourselves, yeah? So that can happen. You seeing somebody and be like, oh, gee, they're so good. I didn't think I'm that good. Or anything can happen. Everything is possible. So don't think you're above it. First one I said, don't run. Don't avoid feelings. And another way, I know I'm mixing it up, but another way people run, yeah, is that they try to numb. They try to numb with music, workout, alcohol, drugs, whatever it is, even company, even sex, even company, I mean company hanging out with their friends, even people that they don't normally hang out with, they just want to be outside. Even like people can find different ways to numb. Movies, yeah, don't run, yeah, and don't think you're above it. Now it's five. I broke it down to five. This if with the list it's more than five, but I kind of like combine some things together because they work together. So I said don't run, yeah, don't think you're above it. Then the third one is look at your options. Now, what are the things you can do to help you release the energy or like deal with the energy you're carrying? Because that's a lot of energy. Not helpful, but it's energy. Now, there are options that I do. There's taking a walk, there's journaling, there's writing a letter. Now, if you're someone that is not used to journaling, I have journals. Yeah, I'm a journaling person. I'm someone that writes letters. You can use voice notes. Yeah, and that is by you having a conversation with yourself in that moment. So that day, especially, yeah, I journal, but it wasn't helping. I needed to first. It's like you stepping away from maybe the environment that makes you feel that way. Taking a walk helps you breathe, or going for a run if you feel like it. If it's like a time for workout or a time that it's possible to go for a run, please do that. Please take a walk, get some fresh air, and breathe. So, breathing could also be meditation. And to be honest, meditation will feel hard at that point because your mind is, and from experience, people will tell you that meditation is where you need your mind to be calm. And by trying harder to calm your mind, funny enough, possibility of not it not calming down is there. So it's like for you to have clear water when the water is muddy, you have to allow it. Yeah. So go for a walk, allow yourself breathe. Yeah. And another way that I found, like one of them, what I found very profound about releasing energy is writing a letter and journaling about it. Now, this is not journaling like wish list. Actually, write how you feel, how shitty it makes you feel. Write it out. Is you releasing and being honest with yourself? Because sometimes we are uncomfortable to share this directly with people. I say that the best thing you can do is to journal, write it. I don't feel this. I feel this. This makes me feel. Yeah, because it's all feelings. It's not I am. Yeah, all feelings. Should I? No, I won't explain that. So, write exactly how you feel. Then write a letter. A letter could be to your past self. Yeah, but I feel like letters are mostly at the end. Yeah, but if you feel anger in that moment, you can write letters. You can journal about it. Then, like I said, voice note. If that doesn't work, put a voice note to your. It's like your personal business. So it's you are writing a voice note. That's exactly how you're feeling. And in that moment, what I do is I remind myself that I am feeling triggered. Yeah, I'm feeling triggered. Me saying I'm feeling triggered is not me saying I am triggered. No, I am not triggered. I feel triggered. That's the difference. You're not making it a personality or making it who you are. It's a feeling because feelings change. So I feel triggered in this moment. I know I feel triggered. So it's you reminding yourself that I am feeling triggered. This is why I feel triggered. And then you're journaling or making a voice note or writing about it. So the next one I'll say is when you've walked or you've calmed down, that's where you get really honest with yourself about how exactly what is it that makes you feel that way? Why do I feel triggered? Was there something that I was trying to do that makes me feel this way? And for me, it was content I was trying to create that day. Yeah, I was trying to create content. And all of a sudden, just a negative or the self sabotaging voice, self doubt was getting really loud. Like, who even needs what you're sharing? Who even needs what you want to say? It's like, I'm making a face, but that's how that voice felt to me that I needed to take a walk, take a breather. And I came back and I did it. I wrote a letter. I don't know. I did it. But is you being honest with yourself, get to the root of why you feel that way. And then I think this is where I make use of affirmations. Now, I know a lot of people don't like affirmations or mantras or truth statements, whichever it is you want to call it. But I find that a little bit necessary, yeah, when you're working with mindset and trying to change your negative inner voice or the self-sabotaging voice because you need something to practice out of it. Out of what you're feeling. I know I made a short video about this on Instagram and TikTok. But let me explain it to you here since this is YouTube. Now, affirmations is not something you use. I'll say for me, it's not something I used to delude myself. I've walked through the process of being honest with myself. So whatever affirmations I'm using are tailored directly to me. They are curated from my experience. They're curated from me, what I want to improve, what I want to change. Yeah. So and for me to pick my affirmations, it requires me to get really honest with myself about where I am truly. So for example, from that week I decided to even switch up my affirmations in the bathroom. Yeah, which is reminding me that I am courageous. And this is not me trying to delude myself into courage. No, I know I am courageous because what our subconscious looks for is proof of if we are these things. And most of us, you have proof, yeah. Sometimes you need to practice. It could be I am taking steps to being more courageous. Do you get? But I am courageous. I am fearless because there are certain things I have done in my life that required courage, and I remember those things. So you see, that helps me pick affirmations that are or truth statements or mantras that are good for me. And the reasons why I use affirmations are for moments like this, moments where you're feeling triggered, moments where you're feeling self doubt, to remind yourself. Because people talk about how we may be experiencing certain feelings and we're not breathing properly, and that's true, especially in anger. We are not breathing properly. That's why when people tell me their feelings, I remind them to breathe, which is the same thing my friend George also does for me. Breathe. Because when we're dealing with certain emotions, our minds are not clear. Yeah, when we're dealing with certain things, we're not thinking clearly, we're not thinking properly. So this is why I use affirmation to remind myself in that moment. Sometimes I use it and I don't believe it, but I keep saying it till I believe it. And this is the same practice that I found in a lot of books. Even the psychology of money that I use for business, I talked about it in my business podcast basically. Yeah, that psychology of selling rather. He talks about how you use affirmations before meetings, before set. Just remind yourself that I like myself because I do. I like myself. Sometimes I might be dealing with that self doubt, and then it feels like I don't like myself, but that's not true. So you see, in those moments, I'm able to use the affirmation to remind myself that I like myself. So stop seeing affirmations or mantras as a way to delude yourself. No, everything is perspective. It's all about you. You have to don't take somebody else's own. Don't take my own. Yeah, take the ones that are choose the ones that are like authentic to you. Yeah, for me, I use I am kind, I am intentional, I am courageous, I am here, I am enough. Because these are things that I truly believe. Yeah, because you can't. I don't know when you say words that I don't believe. Your conscious just like doesn't even believe it, yeah. But I believe these things. On a good day, I do believe these things. In a good moment, I do believe these things. So in those tough or difficult moments, you or I need those affirmations to remind myself out of that feeling of doubting myself that I'm courageous, or like I'm creative. I'm really what I'm doing matters, yeah. So what's this feeling? And then you're able to shake yourself out of it, let the energy flow basically. Yeah, so that's what I use affirmations for, and that's why I'm also recommending that while getting honest with yourself, you can use affirmations to remind yourself. Now sometimes taking a walk might even help clear your head. So these are options. That's why I said check your options. Are you going to write a letter? Are you going to be like what it's like you in that moment thinking, what can I do to process this? What is this like? If like sitting through it is you really taking time to reflect, yeah, giving yourself like even not thinking you're above it. It's like giving yourself the opportunity to be like, what can I do to get myself out of feeling this? It's not you trying to block it out. It's not you trying to avoid it. No, feel it, sit through the bullshit, the discomfort. Because the reason why all those things come up is for you to get through it. Yeah. And I understood on Monday. And it's me in that moment knowing that, you know what? Me finding deeper meaning in what I'm doing. My whys are very important to me. Why did I even start making content in the first place? Why did I even start a blog when I was going through depression? Because I needed an outlet to put out what I was feeling. Because I felt alone, yeah. And I know that whoever maybe may read that blog or blog post, I hope that they don't feel alone too. You get they understand that whatever it is they are experiencing, another person might have experienced it too. Yeah. So I think the final word is talk to somebody. Now, in this one, I'll say that you have to be very intentional, yeah, about who you are choosing to talk to. Not because you have people around you means you have to talk to everybody. Don't put expectations on people. Some people are not emotionally mature enough to carry your emotions or even be a listening ear to you. This is why I even adopted the skill to not expect everything from my friends. I have friends that whenever I'm dealing with something like that, I can call. And for me, I know I mentioned just so much in my content, yeah, but he is somebody that has gone through it and I can talk to about it. And this is why I like talking to him. He doesn't give me advice. Yeah, probably ask questions that might help you, and I do that too. Ask questions that might help you think a little bit deeper to figure out how you're feeling. Or I'm just there to remind you to breathe or just be a listening ear. And sometimes we don't have friends that might be that emotionally aware to help us in those moments. So you have to be intentional. And if I'm being honest, yeah, see, there's something I've been tapping into recently. It's also using AI. People talk about AI a lot, but yeah, sometimes somebody might say something to me, especially with work. I tap out what they say and ask ChatGPT to please help me break this down. I am not processing it well. And then you get a more logical reasoning towards it. Yeah. I make use of it. I'm serious. Since we can't afford therapy, we have to make use of everything we have. So I hope my 5 things that I do, I hope you practice it. I hope I gave you extra one, which is ChatGPT, yeah. You should tap in. Don't emotionally destroy that AI. Just ask questions. Maybe you're dealing with a tough emotion. Say I'm dealing with this. I need something to help me get through it. It's able to do that. Yeah. So make use of the tools. Don't allow tech just be for distraction for you, yeah, or learning. Also tap into asking AI. I'm trying to somebody hasn't done this. I'm trying to sit with my feelings. I'm trying to be more patient. Help me. And yes, it's going to help you. So, my 5 things, yeah. Let's go over it again. The first one, don't run, sit through it. Second one, don't think you're above it. 3, check your options, what you can do to help you get through it. Is it going for a walk, journaling, writing a letter, doing a voice note? Sometimes it can be all of it. Yeah. And there is being honest with yourself, using your affirmations to remind yourself in those moments. I put those two together. And then the final one, talking to somebody. Sometimes you need all of them. Sometimes talking to someone just like, no, I was dealing with this week, but I was able to get through it. High five to me. Yeah. Yay. I got through my own, and I hope that sharing these things that I do will help you in moments when you feel triggered, when you feel self doubt, when you feel like you're not enough. Yeah. Remember, not you are, you feel. I feel angry. I feel hungry. I feel happy. I feel joyful. I feel triggered. I feel sad. I feel fearful. Feel your feelings. Don't become them. Don't I am them. Feel them. Anyway, I hope this helps whoever needs it. If you like this if you find this useful, let me say that, like, share with whoever is going to who needs it, right? And subscribe. That's it. More to come. Bye. Basically, now this was all inspired by me getting through depression and reconnecting and rediscovering myself.